Hallo liebe Zuschauerinnen und Zuschauer, herzlich willkommen hier in Los Angeles auf der Veranstaltung von Ubisoft zu Ghost Recon Wildlands. Im Rahmen der E3 bekommen wir hier schon mal einiges vorgestellt und wir improvisieren ein bisschen. Ihr seht schon, das Mikrofon und das echte, das ist nämlich noch im Flieger. Der Koffer wird nachgeliefert, aber ich denke, ihr bekommt trotzdem schon mal einen richtig guten Eindruck vom Spiel. Hoffe ich jedenfalls.
Hi guys, I'm as excited as I hope you're going to be when you hear about this game. Just imagine the very first military shooter set in a massive open world that you can play from beginning to end in 4-player co-op or solo. What can be cooler than that? Hi, my name is Nordin Aboud and I'm the senior producer on Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Hi, my name is Eric Cousian and I'm a creative director.
Perfect. So now we can go into the details. So please tell me, why is Ghost Recon Wildlands going to be a great game?
The big thing for us is, is the first time in the history of video games that you have a game that is at the same time a military shooter, open world in a massive environment, and at the same time you can play it either solo or 4-player co-op from the beginning to the end. So the mix of all those elements in the same game, it's never done before and we think it's great.
And for the co-op, did you get inspired by The Division or other games, or maybe Far Cry?
Actually, it's been a while since we were working on the franchise, and for us it was a natural move to go open world because of the game itself. I mean, what I mean is that in Ghost Recon Wildlands you can play in stealth, you can play long range if you like to use sniper rifle, you can go all guns blazing, and for us it was quite clear that the open world and the ability to play either in solo or in co-op, playing in the open world was the solution for the players to really play as they want.
And how do you plan to implement the story in this open world setting? I think it's not so easy to attract the player after 30 hours of gameplay to do the same things over and over again, right?
On this it's an interesting topic because the big thing is the fantasy. And people who like this sort of games, the big thing is to feel like a ghost behind enemy lines. So the important thing for us is, for instance, you don't have side activities that are not linked to the main fantasy of being the ghost behind enemy lines. The idea is everything you're going to be doing will be linked to this big goal, which is to disrupt the cartel. And the cartel is organized inside this game in 4 areas: production, smuggling, security, and influence. And we think that, for instance, with these 4 elements, there's endless possibilities, and this is more exciting than just doing, let's say, simple side missions, but really pushing the fantasy.
Yeah, and it's also because all the missions that Noedin is mentioning are non-linear, because as you can decide, it's up to you to decide which operation you will try to dismantle first. You have plenty of bosses and you can take down in any order. So, which means that we have more than 100 missions, story missions, and you can complete them in any order. So it's really new in terms of how you experiment the open world, because it's really up to you to decide, do you want to go north or south, do you want to make missions in the Soul Desert or in the jungle or in the swamps. So actually you make this world yours.
But you have to fulfill all the orders to kill. Do you have to kill all the bosses to get to the real boss, or what do you have to do?
On this, it's there's 2 things. Like Eric said, there is the non-linear approach, which means that from the very beginning you can do all the missions in the order you want.
Yeah.
Then clearly, yes, in terms of the global setting, yes, the El Sueño, who is this big bad guy who is running the organization,
yeah.
The big thing that you need to do as a ghost behind enemy lines is to create issues between him and the mini bosses, the Buchones, And yes, first you're gonna handle the henchmen before going for the head.
All right. And do I have to do a lot of grinding for my weapons, for example? Or?
So we are an action-adventure game. So you know, in Ghost Recon, everything is realistic. So when bullet kills, so you don't grind, but you have a progression system. But it's not about grinding. It's about improving your weapon, improving your ghost. You can even customize and create your own character and dismantle the whole organization by choosing the missions you want to make. And you have also, beside all that, missions that are not made by us as developers, but that you as a player will decide. For instance, if you want to take an helicopter because you like to fly helicopters and this is the kind of approach you like, then you will discover in the world that there is a camp with an helicopter and you want to attack this camp to steal the helicopter for your own. So there are all these kind of emergent objectives that will occur depending on your playstyle and what you want to do.
Yeah. And I've got another core question. I played Far Cry 4, and every time when my friend lost his connection, he has a bad internet connection, the game restarts at some older waypoint. It was really annoying. Do you use the same system or have you other stuff here now?
So on this, what is important is, you know, every team inside Ubisoft is trying to do the best and pushing the boundaries. On this game, we started the project 4 years ago, so we have a strong understanding of how we want to push it. And the big difference in the way that this game is organized is that because the missions are completable in any order and in any way you want, the specific concept of, let's say, having specific points to restart with is different than from other games. So clearly, the big thing here is that because we can move from solo to co-op, we were forced to cut the game in smaller bits as opposed to larger bits because we want to be able to have other players join you in the join in progress. Yeah. So yes, we'll be trying to have as fluid an experience as possible, and the fact that the game is playable in co-op helps this from the very beginning.
Okay, but how is the game to be saved? So when I join you in the game, is it your progress in the game or do we have both any kind of progress?
Actually, you share the progression. You keep yours, whatever you do. Either you play in solo or in co-op, it's the same progression. Everything you did is saved. So if you have found a weapon, an attachment, everything, and even your ghost progression is saved for yourself. And the missions you accomplish in a group or in solo is saved also. Then it's up to you as a group of human players to decide, okay, I want to do this mission. Have you, even if you have done it yet before or not, it's really the player's decision to decide which mission they want to make. But everything you will do will be saved. So for instance, if we, the three of us, we make a mission together, then it will be saved for the three of us. Even if we play with other players, it will be saved as this mission is done.
Okay, and I'm a very bad guy. I killed in the demo session a lot of chickens and llamas and civilians. Does it have any effect on my character?
On this, there's different things. First thing is that the way that we are interacting with the environment is different from other games when it comes, for instance, to the animals, because it's not like, let's say, a hunting game. Yeah. We are really talking about focusing on the missions. However, yes, there's one clear thing is if you behave in a way that is dangerous for the local populations, at one stage it creates issues and you can have a mission fail at a certain level if it's clearly an issue for the mission.
Because you're a soldier, you're not a gangster. So here it means that your mission is to dismantle the cartel, and this is the real objective. And you need the support of the local population, so it doesn't make sense to make slaughters. And even the game is punishing you at some point if you put a mess that is not part of your official mission.
Okay, the game will punish me. Great.
Freedom of choice that we want to deliver to you, all the players, and either you like to play solo or in co-op is really fantastic and a refreshing experience, because playing in co-op this game is really something new that you haven't played before.